A resonant case. Two marshrutka bus drivers were murdered nearly in the city center in broad daylight. Who did it and why remains a mystery after many years. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the truth behind this brazen crime. You're watching Psychic Investigations, a project of incredible real-life stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate mysterious paranormal phenomena and unsolved criminal cases. This woman hasn't celebrated March 8th in years, as that's the day her son, Valentyn, was killed. He was only 23.
He left behind a son.
The tragedy occurred at the final stop of a bus route. The vehicle stopped onto the shoulder. When the driver's door opened, the wounded driver collapsed onto the asphalt. Then a man jumped out of the vehicle and fled.
The killer was inside the bus. He fired a shot to the back of the driver's head at close range or point blank.
We were all in shock. He didn't owe anyone anything. No conflicts, nothing. Why would anyone kill him?
The police's first theory was robbery.
Robbery was one of the main theories, given that drivers usually carry a significant amount of cash. But the theory wasn't confirmed.
It was a weekend. Passengers were few. Valentyn earned very little that day. The day's revenue was found in his pocket.
Back then, the fare was just a hryvnia. Nothing was even taken.
So if robbery wasn't the motive, then why did the killer shoot the driver?
The case was handled by the Ministry of Internal Affairs Investigative Department. The pretrial investigation was suspended until the perpetrator could be identified.
The city and police offered a reward for the killer's capture, but sadly, the case went cold.
To uncover the truth behind her son's death, Valentyn's mother turned to psychics Ilona Kaldre and Denis Kholodnytskyi.
Metal. And a picture. It's blue. But he didn't have a tattoo. It's not on his body. That might be a clue.
I sense this isn't the only death. There's likely another death connected to the man.
My son was murdered. I'd like to know why, who's responsible, and how it happened.
From here, I clearly feel the energy of someone who left a home and is mourned. A woman stayed here for a while, but now, no one lives there. I think another family has formed.
Ilona, you're right. Another family has formed, and they already have a child.
After Valentyn's murder, his widow stayed in their home for about a year. Then she met another man and moved to a different city with her 3-year-old son, Danilo.
Your son had a technical mind.
Valentyn graduated from a road transport college. After the wedding, the young couple needed money, so he took a job as a marshrutka bus driver just 1 month before the tragedy.
Did you have a bad feeling?
Yes.
His mother didn't want him to take that job, as it meant long working hours, little pay, and constant danger.
He didn't expect it at all. Even in the moment, it didn't register. He didn't realize he was being shot.
He was driving. The shot came from behind.
He wasn't supposed to work that day.
No.
He was covering for someone.
Yes.
March 8th was Valentyn's scheduled day off, but his colleague asked him to cover the shift.
He didn't die immediately. He lived for a while.
5 days on IVS. The bullet passed through his brain, but it didn't exit.
There was no chance of survival.
He experienced clinical death.
I sense chaos. Someone is running. And another shot.
A second shot? But the killer only fired once at the driver.
Volodymyr also died. He saw the killer jump out and chased him.
That terrible day, 2 drivers were killed. Valentyn Bolotyn and Volodymyr Azarov.
Volodymyr Azarov was driving from the final stop with his friend Roman Ivanov.
Volodymyr's shift had ended. He and Roman were heading to the auto market for spare parts.
They passed by in the opposite lane. Azarov braked hard, and both men jumped out to chase the suspect.
They managed to catch him. During the struggle, the killer fired a shot, which killed one of the men instantly. Then the suspect fled in an unknown direction.
The bullet struck Volodymyr directly in the heart.
We need to visit the scene.
And we need a relative of the other victim.
Yes, his father. We can call him to come. Hello?
Hello.
The psychics have come to help investigate our son's deaths.
The investigator already hinted they couldn't do much. She said, try the psychics.
He came from there and stopped there, and here. Danger, impact, blood.
Why are we drawn to this spot?
I think the killer ran this way.
That's right. The killer went that way. I've got goosebumps.
I keep sensing eyes from over there.
Someone saw this. The eyes were somewhere here.
A woman. A woman saw it.
My son's wife.
But she doesn't realize it's connected to your son.
That's right. She witnessed the accident.
It turns out Volodymyr's wife witnessed everything that happened at the bus stop.
From that building.
She tried to scream out the window. She was clutching her belly. She didn't realize it involved her husband, but she was terrified for him.
On March 8th, I was at my cousin's. From the window, I saw a car crash into a pole. Then I saw Volodymyr drive up and jump out with Roman. They jumped back into the car and sped off into the courtyards.
It's hard to believe. This woman saw the man who minutes earlier had shot Valentyn Bolotyn in the bus and who would soon shoot her husband in the heart.
I saw the man running.
Running away?
Yes,
The killer?
but it was very far away.
She's very anxious. Is she pregnant?
4th month.
Something's happening in her body. Some kind of shift. Your granddaughter. There's something affecting her health, her system. Because what the pregnant mother saw,
It's stress.
Sophia has a rare diagnosis, Turner syndrome, a chromosomal mutation causing growth delay. She's 12, but she looks 6. Doctors still can't pinpoint the cause of Sophia's genetic changes. They suspect it stems from the trauma her mother experienced during pregnancy.
let's walk through it. Valentyn drives down this road from that direction. He stops there.
That's the stop.
He stops, and the passengers get off. A man sits in the very back row. He's agitated. He keeps putting on and taking off his gloves all the time. He's very nervous. Just before the turn, the shot is fired.
At the entrance,
I think he shouted something and then fired.
it was some kind of pistol.
Very elegant. Unusual shape.
Investigators determined the killer used an Argentine revolver, Garcia Reynoso. It's rare in Ukraine. 8 rounds, 5.6 millimeter caliber, popular among South American drug cartels. Do we have any leads on how this weapon got here?
We filed multiple requests to the prosecutor's office in the ministry, but they've been idle.
Let's reconstruct the events. The killer ran from there. Your son followed. In the same direction.
We found the man who was on the bus with Volodymyr Azarov that day and who chased the killer with him.
He sat slumped over the wheel, twitching.
The driver?
Yes, we were shocked and couldn't understand what happened. A passerby said someone jumped out and ran that way.
Your son.
He had something in his hand.
He grabbed it from under the seat quickly.
A crowbar.
The second man ran too, with something metal in hand.
A shovel.
Bus and taxi drivers always keep tools close. I grabbed the shovel and he took the crowbar.
Let's go there.
Let's go further. I see him ahead. Somewhere here. I feel it's somewhere here.
I think we haven't reached it yet.
Wait, there was a large tree in sand. I feel death here.
Yes, that's right.
I sense a blow.
A blow, then a shot, a bang.
No, first a struggle.
Yes, a scuffle here, then the shot.
Volodymyr was big like you, maybe even bigger. I ran after him yelling, "Volodymyr, stop! You'll kill him." He knocked him down with one blow, but the guy fired as he fell.
He was hit. The killer was struck in the face.
When the killer shot Volodymyr Azarov, Roman managed to catch him. He knocked him down with a powerful blow from a trench shovel and kept hitting him until the man lay motionless.
I honestly thought I'd killed him. I thought, God, 2 bodies. I sat next to Volodymyr. I didn't care about anything anymore.
But the one who was killed runs again. While the man leans over, he jumps up and escapes.
It's unbelievable. Despite his injuries, the killer vanished before the police arrived. Roman was shocked so badly that he failed to react. He never saw where the killer went and still can't forgive himself.
I told the cops right away, you might as well have come tomorrow, as they only arrived an hour later.
The killer fled, yet no hospital or morgue in the city reported a man with such injuries.
Items belonging to the killer were left here.
The hat.
And the pistol.
His gloves.
And something else. There's blood on the hat.
There was blood. I think I broke his nose.
But how did someone with such severe injuries flee? Was the killer professionally trained? Having access to a rare weapon? But why would a professional target a 23-year-old bus driver, neither politician nor businessman with no ties to the criminal world?
I know how your son died. He died a hero. But I don't know why your son died. Please come with us to the cemetery.
My son is buried here.
We need to perform a ritual and summon his spirit.
For the ritual, the psychics ask to be left alone.
We summoned the spirit. I'm in contact with it, and perhaps the most important thing is this. Many people were accused in this story.
It's as if the face resembles someone.
The man they accused is already dead.
He just looked similar.
Who are the psychics seeing? It seems the victims' families understand.
The face that drew the most attention from investigators belonged to a man with a criminal record. He resembled the composite sketch of the killer.
Based on witness descriptions, a sketch was made of the man who fled the scene after Valentyn Bolotyn's murder. 6 months later, a suspect with similar features, Ihor Honcharenko, came under investigation.
They brought someone in. I said, no, it's not him. Come on, it's been a short time. And there's no mark on his face. How's that possible?
Ihor Honcharenko was a convenient candidate to pin the crime on. Soon after, he died in a car accident. Strangely, the case was closed immediately following his death.
He was innocent.
We managed to contact the suspect's brother.
Good evening. This is Andriy Lisyuk. We're investigating the murder of the bus drivers. Does that mean anything to you?
They terrorized me. They wanted to pin it on my brother. He was already dead by then. They summoned me to the station and asked, "Where's your brother?" I said, "I can show you his grave. Talk to him there."
A woman influenced this. I ask and the answer comes.
What woman?
A woman made them suspect him.
His common-law wife. Before they tried to close the case, she gave completely different testimony.
Against him?
The late Ihor Honcharenko was accused of murdering 2 drivers based on testimony from his partner, Tetiana. After his fatal accident, she told investigators she'd seen a revolver at his home. Now she's recanted, claiming she was pressured by police. Do you regret that your testimony led to Ihor's accusation?
It was the police. I sat there for 2 weeks. They kept me for nothing.
Did they want you to say he was involved?
Yes, you sit there and think. I prayed to God to get out. I suffered too, caught in their mess. In their game, I'm just a small person.
He wasn't even there.
He truly had nothing to do with it. This is an entirely different life.
The man died in a traffic accident. After his death, the appellate court overturned the decision to close the case based on a reevaluation of the evidence. The case was reopened for further investigation.
It's unlikely he was involved in the murder. The witnesses didn't see any facial scars from the shovel blows Roman Ivanov inflicted during the chase. Were there any injuries on his face?
No, nothing.
Any head injuries?
None. He looked fine. No wounds, no bruises anywhere.
But if Ihor Honcharenko wasn't involved in the double murder, then who was? And why did he do it? The psychics couldn't find answers at the cemetery. A downpour interrupted the ritual.
Let's return to your home.
Yes.
It felt like a contract killing.
Eliminating competition. Maybe he got caught in some turf war.
At the time, marshrutka bus routes attracted attention from semi-criminal and outright criminal groups.
We had tons of conflicts. Others kept trying to take over our routes. It was like a silent war.
There were turf wars, yes, but people weren't harmed. Only vehicles suffered. They slashed tires and destroyed wheels to frighten us.
This was a tragic accident.
The man on the bus that day was a petty thief.
A drug addict.
A drug addict and a thief.
The crime was committed essentially without reason. Just imagine, he was inside a moving vehicle, and if he shot the driver, it could have caused a crash and killed everyone.
To shoot the driver of a moving vehicle, he'd have to be either highly trained and confident you could escape before impact, or someone incapable of assessing their actions, like a person under the influence.
Larissa, it was a terrible coincidence. He simply wanted money. He had a stolen gun. He thought he'd get easy cash. He didn't take the money, but he took something else.
Yes, he did.
Something valuable. A piece of jewelry.
My son wore a gold chain.
It was ripped off in a rush while fleeing.
It's gone.
Valentyn Bolotyn's gold chain he always wore was never found on his body or at the crime scene.
Before fleeing the scene, he tore it off and ran only afterward.
Oh, God.
It's likely the killer's motive was robbery, but something made him panic. Perhaps the driver resisted, forcing the attacker to shoot, which led to the crash. The killer got scared. He didn't take the money, it was still in Valentyn's pocket. He ripped off the chain and fled. At that moment, Volodymyr Azarov began chasing him, and in self-defense, the killer had to take another life.
He had brown eyes, very dark.
His skin,
He was dark.
olive-toned.
He was from a southern, not Slavic land. He's dead by now, like a reckoning. He had a criminal record, around 25 to 27 years old.
At the time of the crime,
He had tattoos. From the moment I looked at Valentyn's photo, I kept seeing images drawn in blue ink.
specifically blue, prison ink.
Roman Ivanov saw that tattoo when he wrestled the gun from him.
He died from an injection.
So either an overdose or...
I can't say for sure whether he overdosed or was eliminated.
It's a load off my shoulders.
If we had more psychics in our country, real ones helping with investigations, maybe we wouldn't have so many cold cases.
A gruesome murder of a teenage boy. His best friend is under suspicion. But who is indeed responsible for the tragedy? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the horrifying truth. This is a photo of 4 friends: Serhiy, Yevhen, Andriy, and Artur. The youngest among them is 15, and the oldest is 18. They all attended the same wrestling club.
They were very close since childhood.
And these two, Andriy and Artur, were inseparable.
Andriy trusted him so much, and they were such good friends.
But at a certain point, the fate of these boys and their families changed forever.
You won't even wish it to your enemy.
The most terrible thing.
Andriy's best friend, Artur, was detained on suspicion of the murder.
I was at work when my husband called and told me that our son was a murderer.
A traumatic brain injury. 3 or 4 blows. The first was inflicted with a piece of concrete. And the second, I don't know. They found him at an old abandoned construction site.
It is 10 kilometers from where Andriy lived with his parents.
Andriy's body was covered with an old plastic bag and buried under garbage.
The case provoked a stir. After all, a minor teenager killed his friend.
The boy's friends and family can't understand how this happened. Could Artur really kill his best friend?
I can't simply wrap my head around it. He was never aggressive.
The police investigators didn't find Artur's fingerprints or any other biological traces at the crime scene.
The only reason for detaining the boy was that Artur was supposedly the last person to see Andriy alive. Everyone who knew the friends, including the victim's parents, doubt that the police caught the real murderer.
We spoke to Artur. I strongly doubt that he was even involved in it.
Everybody doubts he really did it.
Artur is extremely kind. He couldn't have done it. Only a true monster could do it.
Another strange thing is that the victim was found barefoot. But how did he end up 10 kilometers from home without shoes on?
There were drag marks on Andriy's body. Most likely, the corpse was dragged to the place where it was found.
Andriy's body could be brought here by car. But who did it and why? Besides, Artur doesn't have a car, and dragging his friend's body would have been physically difficult for him.
Andrei was my height, even a bit taller, and Artur is a head shorter.
He's a good and positive kind of person, and a loyal friend.
The scariest thing is that he was not even 16 at the time of the crime. If an innocent person goes to prison, what will he become when he gets out?
If I could, I would rather go to prison instead of him.
I want to ask the psychics to come and investigate the case to find the reason for my son's murder. And find those who are indeed to blame for what happened.
Our project's best experts, Kyle Alekperov and Yaroslava Fedorova, take on this intricate case.
Who's involved in your death? Four people. One card is the card of a man, a rapist. The second card is of someone who is hidden. They're hiding their face.
I just got a very strange image. One moment. I see a tree and a noose.
Then, there are two cards of women. One has turned away completely, so I can't see her face, and the other woman has her eyes closed. It seems like she doesn't want to see what's happening.
The spirit of this boy shows me the face of some woman. Eyes in a circle like this. I don't understand what it means yet.
Hello.
Hello.
The Kholodnytskyi family are business people. The father deals with timber, and the mother owns several clothing stores. Just a month before the tragedy, the family finished building this country house. Now, Oksana and Serhiy prefer to stay here. They say it hurts them to stay in the apartment where they used to live with their son.
He loved making me happy. When he started earning his own money, he began giving me beautiful roses.
But now, memories are all that's left.
I see two places, where he was murdered and where he was found, but it seems to be on the side.
His body was dragged to another place. They wanted to hide it.
Was your son tall?
1.90 meters.
I see him hugging you, and you seem to disappear in his embrace. And he's constantly moving his legs. It looks like some kind of training.
He did kickboxing.
Many girls wanted to sit next to him in class.
Artur received less attention from girls. He came from a less affluent family, and he couldn't impress the girls with new clothes or a music player. So his life revolved around sports.
He trained every day.
He's my younger brother, but he always protected me. Everyone thought I was the younger sister, and he was the older brother.
The friends always got along well. They even had a shared dream of opening their own restaurant. Andrei graduated from school first and waited for his friend to graduate so they could go to university together.
I feel someone's fear and tears. Some boy. He's awfully scared right now. And he's repeating your son's name for some reason.
Artur.
On that day, the two boys went for a stroll.
Artur came and suggested him going to the downtown.
The boys would often go to the pizzeria, cafe, or the local amusement park in the downtown.
They said goodbye and left. I called him at 4:45 to ask him something. It was just a regular household question. And Andrei answered me in such a cheerful voice. I heard other voices too. There were voices of boys. Someone was with him. I mean, he wasn't alone. I understood that he was in a company.
Andrei promised his mother that he would return in an hour, but 40 minutes later, the police called her to tell her that her son was dead.
And the next day, tragedy struck Irina's family as well. Her son was taken to the police station on suspicion of murdering his friend.
You don't believe he did it, do you?
No, I don't.
The day after his detention, Artur Polyakov wrote a confession admitting he murdered his friend Andrei Kholodnytskyi.
This procedure was initially violated. There was no lawyer or his teacher.
Artur Polyakov is 15 years old. The law prohibits to conduct any investigative actions with minors without the presence of a psychologist, parents, and a lawyer.
Did the boy really break under pressure from the police investigators and take the blame on himself?
Your son didn't see anything before his death. It looks like he was standing with his back to his murderer, and then he felt pain in the back of his head. It seems he was attacked from behind.
The first blow to Andrei Kholodnytskyi was indeed delivered to the back of his head. That means the murderer struck from behind.
I'm trying to ask your son who murdered him. Was it Artur? But for some reason I see your son in something like water.
I also see him like he's in water, but he didn't drown.
We cremated his body.
The parents scattered the ashes of their son over the river, not far from their home.
Not long before that.
He mentioned how bad it is to lie in the ground.
He didn't want to be eaten by worms.
He said it's better to be cremated after death. We laughed then, and I even said that I agreed with him.
We should go to the place where you scattered the boy's ashes.
It's far, so you'd need a vehicle.
My God. The tree fell and blocked the road.
It happened a minute before our arrival.
If the van had pulled up a minute earlier, this huge tree would have fallen right on us. It's impossible to pass by it. The Kholodnytskyi neighbors are trying to help.
Yaroslava, this is a sign. Earlier today, I saw a tree in my vision. But what does the tree have to do with it?
Due to the delay on the road, the psychics only reached the place where Andrei's ashes were scattered almost at midnight.
I need some time. The wind is blowing. The spirit has come. I hear his voice. He's saying, "I'm okay. I'm sleeping."
Andrei had a saying he liked to repeat.
I love sleeping. Sleeping loves me, and sleeping and I love each other.
I'm trying to ask him what happened, but he says he can't tell. He's ashamed in front of his mom.
For what?
He says to ask his brother. Who knows the truth? A terrible scream. One of your sons is shouting, "I wish you never existed." Horrifying words from the older brother.
That's exactly what happened.
The mother immediately understood what the psychic felt, but she refused to tell the details on camera, saying it hurt her to remember. However, she later admitted that just a few days before the tragedy, Ihor and Andrei had a serious quarrel.
Did they quarrel because of money?
Yes, they did.
It turned out that the conflict arose because the brothers couldn't share the money their parents paid them for work. And that time, Andrei got more money.
The fight was on the 18th, if I'm not wrong. And the tragedy occurred on the 21st.
Could a quarrel over money have been the motive for such a brutal murder? Did Andrei's brother kill him?
But Andrei really missed him a lot.
Andrei communicated with his brother more than with you. For some reason, you were never around, always busy with something.
Unfortunately, yes.
Meetings, partners, business trips. The parents did whatever to provide for their children. The business took almost all the time of the elder Kholodnytskyi, though now they would give anything to bring their son back.
There was a quarrel between your sons, and after that, for some reason, I see one of the brothers in the air.
They went on vacation abroad.
To Turkey.
It turned out that on the day of Andrei Kholodnytskyi's murder, his brother Ihor and his wife were abroad. They only returned on September 25th.
When we landed, we called our father, and he told me that Andrei had been killed. I felt sick.
All I want is to see him again and tell him that I love him.
But why did the spirit say his brother knew everything?
He treated Artur as his brother.
They were so close that they indeed called each other brothers.
It's getting harder to maintain the connection with your son's spirit. He's afraid that his mother will find out the truth. Where did you find your son? I need to see that place. Andrei won't say anything more here. I've lost the connection with him.
He keeps telling me, my brother knows. He called Artur his brother. We can't talk to Artur now because he's in prison, but we can talk to Artur's parents.
However, it's already late, so the psychics will continue the investigation in the morning.
Kayal, I think I need to see Irina. This is Artur's mother.
Kayal Alekperov stays to wait for the victim's parents.
Hello, I'm Yaroslava Fedorova. I'm currently investigating Andrei's murder.
Hello. We don't believe our son did it.
Let me tune in, all right? I sense that all of this doesn't belong to you. You're not the owner of this place.
We rent it. We don't have a place of our own.
Irina and her husband were never able to afford their own place.
I kept thinking about those boys. They were like two opposites. Andrei had money, and his parents ran their own businesses, while Artur had none of that. Andrei had everything he wanted, but it would take Artur years of hard work to achieve that.
Indeed, Artur's family was never wealthy. His father is an ordinary driver, his mother a seamstress, and they have 2 children to raise. They never had enough money, so Artur started working at the age of 12.
He already worked.
Kids at school would even make fun of Artur because he was poor.
He dreamed of taking his family away from here. He said, "Mom, don't worry. We will live differently. We will have everything."
Yes. We wanted to have at least a little house of our own.
He's thinking about how to make money. I don't see any thoughts here about death, let alone murder. He doesn't understand what's going on at all.
Meanwhile, Kayal Alekperov, along with Andrei's parents, is heading to the scene of the tragedy.
I think we need to go to the site of death. My colleague is working there. Hold this. The card of the devil. Someone is in a very serious dependency. It's his father. I sense pressure. You are with a man who considers himself the master of everything. He teaches him.
He said that this is necessary, that this is not allowed, that this will be useful in life.
Will physical violence also be useful?
That happened, yes.
He treats you the same way.
Yes, I understand what you mean. I just don't want to talk about it.
He was found here, right?
At this place.
Andrei is with us now. And he says, "Mom, forgive me."
He was nothing to ask for forgiveness for.
On that day, Andrei came here with Artur. They were talking.
Their conversation was about money. Artur wanted to buy something very much. Something Andrei had. It seems it was shoes. But he spent his money on something else. Irina, did you know that your son borrowed money from his friend?
No.
I see Andrei giving money to Artur, but not on the day of the tragedy. It was earlier.
Andrei would always lend money. He never had any problems about that.
For some reason, Artur was terrified because of a man. His father. Because if he found out about the debt, it would have been terrible. The boy asked Andrei not to tell his father.
Andrei says, "You're deceiving me about the money." It was, like a hint.
You didn't even notice that your Andrei was quite the teaser. He often tried to provoke Artur by pointing out that Artur couldn't afford many things.
Andrei jumped up, turned around and said, "That's it. I'm going to tell your dad." And Artur shouted after him, "I never thought you would rat me out." He grabbed the first thing that came to hand, purely out of anger. If it had been an empty plastic bottle, he would have thrown it. But it was a piece of brick. Andrei fell like this, face down on his arm.
Irina, I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but your son is indeed a murderer.
I apologize to you. I will pray. I don't know, maybe my words don't mean anything, but I understand you very much, and I sympathize with you.
It's hard to even imagine what this unfortunate woman is feeling right now.
Then I understood why the tree fell on our path and what picture Andrew's spirit showed me at the beginning of the investigation. The fallen tree was an aspen, the tree of Judas, and the noose. Judas hanged himself on it. The spirit of Andrei wanted to show us that the cause of the tragedy was betrayal. He betrayed his friend when he decided to tell his father about the money. And his friend betrayed him when he cowardly struck from behind.
But in the picture that Kayal Alekperov drew at the beginning of the investigation, there were also eyes. What do they mean?
A woman's face. The eyes in a circle. This image is on the traitor's body, like a tattoo.
It turned out that Artur had a tattoo on his arm, and it looks exactly as Kayal Alekperov described.
For some reason, your son isn't even angry at him. I don't know how to explain it. Please forgive me if I said too much. It's just what I hear and see.
Unfortunately, it turned out that Artur really did this.
And Andrei's bare feet. For some reason, his shoes are on Artur's feet.
We managed to find a witness who saw Artur wearing Andrei's sneakers the day after the murder.
Artur went to school in those shoes.
He wanted to have what his friend had so much.
Forgive me if you can for not giving him proper education.
All of us have made our mistakes.
We missed out on something important.
A ghost at a train station kills women, men, and children. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the deadly secret of the killer from the beyond. Yana Pasinkova and Rubina Tsibulska, returning from another investigation, stopped to spend the night in a small Ukrainian town. The rumors about the arrival of the psychics quickly spread among the locals, and the next morning, this woman found them.
Hello, may I speak with you, please? My friend died. My name is Ilona. She died last year. A train ran over her.
These are a husband and a wife, right?
Yes. Tell me her name. Irina.
Olena's best friend, 39-year-old Irina Bukshuk, a teacher of Ukrainian, died under highly mysterious circumstances. On her last day, Irina was going to meet her husband Ruslan, who had been vacationing in the Carpathians for a week. Busy at work, she couldn't spend the vacation with him. But suddenly, the school announced a quarantine, and Irina immediately bought a ticket.
I was waiting for her so much. She was coming to join me. She called and said she was at the station. I answered, "Irina, call me when you get on the train."
A call from Irina came 10 minutes later.
I got a call from her phone, but the voice said, "Your wife was hit by a train." I asked, "Is she alive?" "No," they said. "I just can't describe it to you. I can't live without her."
It turned out that Irina died while crossing the tracks with other passengers to reach the second platform. A train was to arrive there.
I was literally 7 or 10 meters away. She turned her head, the train honked, and then there was an impact.
Irina died on the spot. Everyone who witnessed her death had the impression that something invisible was holding her by the legs, preventing her from getting off the track.
She couldn't move, like she was paralyzed. It looked very strange.
The train was honking, but she didn't hear it.
She seemed to be in a stupor and didn't hear anything.
Why did Irina stop in the middle of the tracks as if she were enchanted? Why didn't she react to the people's screams or the train's horn?
She was never unfocused like that. It's a mystery.
It didn't happen just like that. You see, she couldn't simply leave me, she couldn't leave her daughter.
I think I know this woman. Where could I have seen her? Last year, the crew and I were returning from an investigation by train. When we stopped at this station, I was sitting and looking out the window when this woman called me.
A crew member recorded this incident on a mobile phone.
I saw a woman in the window. She was covered in blood. She was calling me. I read from her lips that she was uttering, "Help." It seemed to be a spirit. Quiet, 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 quiet. Who are you?
We're leaving.
My head's splitting. Who needs to be stopped?
The train is moving.
Are you going?
Save the daughter. Whose daughter?
The train started moving, but Yana was still listening to someone only she could see.
Let's go or we'll miss the train.
Get in, get in.
What did you see there?
The woman's spirit said that she was taken by her. But I didn't get it, who this her is. She needs to be stopped because there will be more victims. And the woman asked to save her daughter. But how can I save her? It couldn't be a coincidence. Ilona showed me the photo of the woman whose spirit I communicated with a year ago at the same station. We had to investigate her death and find out what threatened her daughter.
We were friends for 21 years. She's appearing in my dreams, and she's always telling me that someone took her.
Irina's husband also sees her in nightmares. She asks him to take revenge on the force that ruined her.
She asked me, Ruslan, do something.
The spirit of that woman, Irina, asked me to save her daughter, so the girl might be the next victim. We just need to find out what exactly threatens her. Irina, tell me what happened to you. The first image, a baby boy, a newborn. He was killed. He was thrown away like garbage.
I have no idea.
She says, I'm showing you a woman. She's fair-haired and she's in white. She is connected to the child I'm talking about. I don't know. Did she happen to lose a friend who had a baby?
No, never.
Let's go see her husband.
His name's Ruslan.
Ruslan and Irina lived together for 13 happy years. Now the man is alone.
I can't live without her. The only thing that keeps me going is that I have a daughter.
Hello.
My name is Ruslan.
I'm Svetlana.
Svetlana is Irina's another friend. She often visits Irina's husband and daughter after her death, trying to support them morally.
I also want to find out what happened to my friend.
I feel that something is wrong with Irina's daughter.
She's very distressed.
Where is she?
She doesn't want to talk.
She doesn't open up to me. Everything related to her mother is taboo for her.
Can I talk to her?
Yes. She still believes Mom will come back. She was looking for ways to revive a dead person during the funeral.
Oh my God.
She spent hours online crying and trying to find ways of reincarnation. And I was standing next to her crying.
When Mom died, I just didn't care whether I lived or not. I wanted to go after her.
Alone with the clairvoyant, Yulia confessed that she tried to end her life. She climbed onto the roof of a high-rise building, but right before stepping into the abyss, she felt her mother's hands.
She stopped you. Your mom stopped you.
Yes.
Yulia was going to end her life, and her mother's spirit asked me to protect the girl. For some reason, she says that you are angry with her, angry that she left you. But she didn't leave you, darling. She loves you very much. She protects you. Nothing will happen to you.
Nothing will happen to me.
I hope Yulia heard her mother. Irina will always be her guardian angel.
Later, Yulia confessed to her father that after talking to the psychics, she felt better.
She even started going out of home and said she wanted to go to the cemetery to visit her mom. That's already progress.
We arrived just in time.
But what caused Irina's death? Who was the woman's spirit trying to tell the clairvoyant about?
The woman's spirit said that she was taken by her. But I didn't understand who this her is. She needs to be stopped, because there will be more victims. Here's what she says. I wasn't first, and I won't be last.
The mirror showed the loss of a male. Is it a son? Did you lose him?
No.
Hold on. The son is 10 years old. I see that he was sick with transparent blood.
I understand. She baptized my son Denise.
I baptized him also. We did it together. Well, Svetlana is like a member of our family.
Denise had leukemia.
Leukosis.
Irina and Ruslan's godson died of acute leukemia 6 months before his godmother's death. The boy was only 10 years old.
To her, he was like a son, a real son. She treated him just like Yulia.
I think I'll go take my drops.
Within 6 months, this woman lost 2 of her dearest people, her little son and her best friend. Denise spent his last months in the hospital. He couldn't get out of bed. The painful chemotherapy completely exhausted the boy. At that time, Denise's godmother, Irina, became Svetlana's only support.
She was very incredibly helpful in finding donors and providing financial support.
Irina's godson, Denise, kept some secret, and the secret is somehow connected to Irina's death. We needed to contact their souls. We need his grave.
And we can also visit Irina.
They're buried at different cemeteries.
I'm going to the boy with Svetlana.
I'm going to Irina with her husband and with you.
Hello, my baby.
I'm summoning the spirit of Denise. Come and tell me what happened to Irina. He's here. He says, Mom, I love you. Louvre.
Louvre is his favorite word.
He's speaking unclearly.
He didn't speak well. He had Down syndrome.
It turns out that the poor boy who died of leukemia also suffered from this genetic disease.
But I don't see his father nearby. There is no husband.
No.
He left us. Ruslan was made his godfather, and he was like a real dad to Denise.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Yana Pasinkova, Irina's husband, and their family friend are at the cemetery where Irina is buried.
My darling.
There was no wind.
The candles went out.
At that moment, Irina's spirit took me by the hand and led me somewhere. Follow me, quick. Olena, Ruslan. Irina's spirit told me I had to find the woman who lost her child. She was the reason for Irina's death. Irina's spirit showed me some strange signs. I asked for a pen and paper and sketched what I saw. It turned out to be some kind of map. There are railroad tracks below and a bridge. On the right hand, I think over there, is either a small lake or some water.
A mermaid.
A mermaid. Is it a hotel? A monument? What is it?
We don't have anything like that here.
A blue building.
The clairvoyant, Ruslan, and Olena wander around the town for a long time, searching for some mermaid.
Here's the blue building.
Now we need to find the mermaid.
This is amazing. Here it is, the mermaid, on the gate. But what is this place? Why did Irina's spirit bring us here?
Irina's godson, Denise, kept some secret. What are you trying to tell me, boy? The spirit said that Irina's death was connected to a deceased young man. He killed himself. But who was he to Irina? Where and how did he die? I decided to go to the place of her death, to the station, to check if I can find something there. He's asking me to embrace you.
I love you. Fly to your cloud.
Do your relatives or acquaintances live here?
No.
Strange. Then, who is the psychic looking for?
Irina's spirit pointed me to a specific door. Hello, my name is Yana.
I'm Oksana. Pleased to meet you.
A man named Ruslan contacted us. His wife died. Her name was Irina. Her spirit brought me here. Are you somehow connected to her? Do you know Irina?
I don't think so.
She says your tragedy is the same.
My son tragically died 5 years ago. He was hit by a train.
A train?
Yes.
This woman's name is Oksana Izizova, and she lost one of her sons. At 17, Pavlo was a candidate for Master of Sports, the champion of Ukraine in hand-to-hand combat among juniors. The boy was hit by a train while crossing the tracks at the same station where Irina died.
He says he was going somewhere. And there's a baby involved.
He was going to get baby food for his little brother. Marat was 9 months old at the time.
The store with baby food is on the other side of the railway station. The boy got on his bike and went to the store.
It was a strange incident. He says, I stood there, motionless, like rooted to the spot.
When the train started approaching, he saw a silhouette. The train driver honked, but Pavlo didn't react. He didn't even turn towards the sound.
What the witnesses are describing resembles the tragic incident with Irina. It seems Pavlo died as mysteriously as she did.
Here's what he says. I saw a woman. I was in a stupor. She is there, where he died, at that place. Irina's spirit brought us there to show that her death, like the boys, is connected to the place, to the station. And we need to find the woman who takes people to the other side. We need to go to the place where it happened. Will you come with us?
Of course.
The clairvoyant and the relatives of the victims go to the station. There, a crowd has already gathered around Rubina Tsibulska.
I see a man. This is the soul of a suicide. Do you know anything about this?
He was 56, I think. He went under the train himself.
It turned out that Rubina sees the most recent death that occurred on the tracks at this station. 6 months after Irina's death, a man was hit by a train.
I thought maybe it was the suicide I saw in the mirror. But no, the man who recently died at the station was much older. At that moment, I remembered Irina's words that she was not the first and not the last victim. So, what is taking people at this station?
This is Rubina. This is Oksana.
My son tragically died 5 years ago. He was hit by a train.
Suddenly, I saw a woman, a dead woman. She's fair-haired and she's wearing white clothes. The woman I saw earlier today, she's young. She seems to be in a white dress.
Look, there she's standing.
She's looking for someone.
All bloodied.
She's calling her mom. The spirit of that young woman pointed me to a woman in a white coat who was standing among the people. What is your name?
Olena.
Where's your daughter?
She died.
She was crushed.
What was her name?
Natalia.
It turned out that this woman was accidentally passing through the station and, seeing the clairvoyance, stopped. Olena's only daughter was hit by a train 6 years ago on her way back home from the agricultural college where she studied.
The driver said he honked. After that, he couldn't speak all day long. He lost his speech.
The cards show that the girl's death wasn't an accident. She's a suicide.
It turned out that she threw herself under the train. They said they found a note on her, reading that she didn't wish to live and decided to end her life by suicide because her boyfriend left her.
My son stood right there where that house is, and he told me, "Mom, how is this even possible?" He couldn't understand, and exactly 8 months later, my son was hit by a train.
Your daughter's here. She's coming back.
She's standing here.
This is the root cause.
We sent a request to the police and received a response that 6 people have died on the railway tracks at the station in recent years. And Natalia, Olena's daughter, was the first among them.
People see her spirit here.
Both Irina and Pavlo seem to be frozen on the railway tracks because they saw Natalia's spirit.
I was shocked.
It turns out that locals do indeed see the girl's ghost at the station.
Literally, like a silhouette in the fog. You could even see the curls.
This woman also almost died under a train under mysterious circumstances. She still can't understand what it was.
I only saw something that looked like white mist in front of me. Fear gripped me. It paralyzed my body. I froze and stood like that until there were about 20 meters left. Then I took a step and jumped forward. This is how I stayed alive.
But why does the deceased girl appear here? And why does she scare people?
Something is holding her at the station, an unfinished mission.
The card of the child. She's looking for a child.
Wait, she was pregnant.
It's so horrible. Did Natalia die along with the baby in her womb?
How long had she been pregnant?
6 months.
She lies in the grave without her baby. Where is her baby?
I don't know. She was taken straight to the morgue from here.
I mean, did they take the baby out of her?
Well, yes.
It turned out that Natalia was buried without her baby. But where did the baby go?
Earlier today, I saw that the baby, it seemed to be thrown to the dump.
Did you ask the doctors what happened to the baby?
They told me it was removed and thrown away.
She is very angry. She runs, whispering a name. Oleksii.
Yes?
As soon as Natalia found out that she was carrying a son, she immediately chose a name for him, Oleksii.
Thrown into the trash. Of course, she keeps coming. She's looking for her son, and she won't stop until she finds him, and she's here now. You can talk to her.
I love you so much. Daughter, I miss you.
She needs her son back.
For this, Rubina, we need salt from you and the enchanted herbs you have with you. We also need something from you because you are her mother. Give us the lining.
The psychics perform an ancient ritual. It is meant to pacify the spirit of Olena's daughter.
Come on. Tie it in a knot.
Olena, you need to take this doll to your daughter's grave and bring toys for her son.
Rubina, Yana, thank you very much.
Let's hope that no one else will die like this.
What an incredible story. Hunting human lives. Who is killing young girls and boys? And why? Don't miss it. Clairvoyants investigate a terrifying series of deaths and uncover those connected to them. Marina Bendeberia was 17 years old. She lived in a small Ukrainian village. That summer, she finished high school, received her diploma, and celebrated graduation. These are the last images, filmed 2 months before the tragedy that took this beautiful girl's life.
The official cause of death was a traumatic brain injury. According to the police report, Marina Bendeberia died in what they classified as an accident. She was riding a bicycle, apparently borrowed from someone in the village. During the ride, she fell, hit her head, and sustained a severe head trauma that led to her death.
Marina had been preparing to enter university. She danced in a school troupe and dreamed of becoming a choreographer. That day, she asked her mother for permission to visit a friend in a nearby town. Her friend was also named Marina, and also 17. They had been close since childhood, even after the other Marina moved to a city 40 kilometers away, but the two never lost touch.
They went to the sea together, to the pond in summer, the orchard, had picnics.
At 10 a.m., Marina set off to visit her friend. As usual, she took the commuter train. Her friend met her at the station, and the girls decided to head to the river. The heat that day was unbearable.
At 10:10, I called my daughter to ask how she was doing. She said, "Mom, I'll call you back once we get to the river."
Svetlana called again around 2:30 p.m., but her daughter's friend picked up. She was talking incoherently, clearly anxious, and then she said something that nearly made the mother lose consciousness.
She fell off the bike, hit her head, but everything was fine.
The call dropped. Minutes later, Svetlana's phone rang again. It was her daughter's number, but the voice on the line didn't belong to her child. It was a woman she didn't know.
It was a nurse. She said, "From your voice, I can tell you've already been told."
As it turned out, by that time, Marina was already in the local hospital, in the ICU. Svetlana rushed there without delay.
On the way, I kept thinking I'd find her awake because no one told me she was already unconscious.
Svetlana insists that Marina's right arm, shoulder, and hand were covered in abrasions and bruises, and there were other injuries as well.
Her temple was crushed, her skull base was fractured, and all the blood vessels were damaged.
Doctors performed 3 craniotomies on the girl, but they gave no hope that Marina would ever regain consciousness.
Marina Bendebaria died in the intensive care unit. The cause of death was an intracranial hemorrhage.
I was in the room with her. The monitor started beeping. Her heart stopped. I grabbed her hand, but there was no pulse.
While Svetlana fought to save her daughter's life, there was no time, strength, or opportunity to investigate the circumstances that led to the fatal injuries.
A police officer asked me, did she ever regain consciousness? I said, no, she didn't, so he never had the chance to take her statement.
Grief-stricken, Svetlana was told that her daughter died after hitting her head in a bicycle fall, but she never believed that version. She is convinced Marina was murdered, but by who and why?
I don't know who killed her.
What shocked Svetlana most was that, according to the official forensic report, Marina's head injury was caused by a blow from a blunt object. The moment she learned this, she called her daughter's friend, the one who was with her on the tragic day of the... But the girl offered no explanation and hung up the phone.
She didn't say anything about what happened there.
No matter how many times Svetlana tried to find out what had happened that day, her daughter's best friend refused to talk. What's more, the clothes Marina had been wearing were never returned to her mother. Svetlana is convinced they might hold key evidence that her daughter was murdered.
They never returned her clothes back.
The grieving mother repeatedly appealed to the police, begging them to reopen the case and investigate the real circumstances of Marina's death. But all she ever got were excuses. Law enforcement insists no one killed the girl.
We did consider the version that the girl might have been murdered.
Police suspected that Marina's friends might have been involved in her death.
During questioning of the young men and the girl who were there, they all stated that no conflict had taken place.
The police ruled it an accident, and so Svetlana was left alone with her grief, her only remaining hope to discover what really happened and whether someone was truly responsible for her daughter's death now rests in the hands of those with supernatural abilities.
I would like to ask for help from Jana Shulakova and Serhiy Kholodnytskyi.
I'm seeing something horrifying. It's as if someone attacked her from behind, grabbed her by the neck, and that's it. After that, only darkness. She lost consciousness. For some reason, through this photo, I'm seeing an overlay, like another girl's image on top. There's so much blood, and the neck, it feels like someone cut her head off. It's horrifying.
I'm seeing the image of a man running. It's a dark street, and behind him, it's like a pack, a pack of rabid dogs chasing him, attacking and tearing him to shreds. Another image is coming through. I see two teenagers. They're holding something, maybe a stick. They're playing with it. It kind of resembles hockey. But they're playing hockey with a human head.
To make sense of these visions, the clairvoyants travel to the village where Marina lived. Her mother is waiting for them there.
Hello.
Hello?
Thank you for coming. I need you to help me figure out what happened.
We'll do our best. If possible, we'd like to go to the place where it all happened.
30 minutes later, the clairvoyants and Svetlana arrive at the location of the tragedy. The area is difficult to reach by vehicle, so they walk there.
I'm being pulled this way. I see the girl right here.
According to the official police version, Marina was fatally injured right at the spot where the clairvoyant is now standing.
In that moment, I felt something near me, like an energy form, a phantom. But I didn't mention it to the mother, not to frighten her. Ugh. It's like someone just smacked me in the head, like with a bat or something.
According to the forensic report, Marina suffered a traumatic brain injury caused by a blunt object. It's possible that she was indeed struck with something heavy.
Quick movement.
A bicycle or something like it. There were about 4 people. It seems they were coming down from above. I think one of them was the friend, 2 boys. The boys most likely were older.
It turned out that Marina and her friend were heading to the river with 2 local guys. One was 18, the other 21, both university students. And oddly, neither of them wanted to speak with Marina's mother, or with us.
But why are the people who were with Marina on that tragic day refusing to talk? Why are they avoiding all questions? Could they somehow be involved in her death?
There's such a feeling of fear around this. That child was utterly terrified of something.
Your daughter pulled slightly ahead, picking up speed. The others fell behind. Her friend was at the back. Even behind the boys, I'd say.
Serhi, she's not running away from them.
No, she's not. Wait.
She's riding with them. It's friendship. The card of search and location.
Wait, someone older? He must have seen something.
He's about 50 years old.
We questioned many people on that street and did find a man around 50. He claims he saw a girl, matching the victim's description, ride past his gate first. About a minute later, he saw a girl returned and 2 boys.
Some kind of car.
A man in a car. Who was that man?
What car did the clairvoyants see? Could Marina have been hit by a car?
The injuries on Marina Bendabaria's body weren't consistent with those caused by a vehicle impact.
The kids who were with her started yelling. They were searching for a car. They found one. They ran up to it, begging the driver for help.
It turned out a local man did drive the victim to the hospital. He said Marina's friends didn't want to wait for an ambulance. His car happened to be nearby, and he was heading out anyway. So, of course, he agreed to help.
Those boys who were riding bikes with Marina, they had nothing to do with her death, because they only saw her when she was already lying on the ground, unconscious.
It's hard to imagine what Marina's friends went through, being right there when she was injured. Her family says the teenagers now avoid talking about what happened. The trauma is simply too painful.
Some kind of otherworldly entity killed her. The spirit that pushed Marina was filled with rage. It had been hunting her for a very long time.
I feel like I'm wrapped in barbed wire. That's what she felt in the moment right before her death.
At first, I wasn't sure was it a spirit, a phantom, or something demonic. The girl is screaming. This is exactly where she fell. Right here.
The wheel jerks sharply. She's thrown off the bike, then the blow to the head.
It was a blunt strike against a pipe.
Events could have happened exactly as the clairvoyant describes. If Marina was riding and suddenly terrified by something, it's entirely possible she lost control. Hitting gravel, she may have lost balance, fallen, and suffered a traumatic brain injury. The pipe may well have been the blunt object experts referred to.
It felt like a shove in the back from some otherworldly force. That's how it killed her.
Only after Marina's death did Svetlana remember a strange dream she'd had before the tragedy, one she hadn't thought much of at the time, but it turned out the dream was prophetic.
I had a dream. A wedding. I didn't see a bride or any guests. Nothing. But I felt there were so many people. And somehow, it was about Marina. I just didn't pay attention to it.
I felt that this strange entity's main place of presence was where we'd already been. The village where deceased the girl lived. That's why we had to return there immediately.
Half an hour later, the psychics and Svetlana returned.
I saw the spirit of a girl, the same age as Marina, just as beautiful. She was calling to us. She wanted to tell us something.
Something's pulling us there. It felt like someone was slowly, quietly fading away, losing awareness of the world around them. The pain coming from that yard. It was so overwhelming we couldn't bring ourselves to enter.
It turned out the house near where the psychics were working belongs to a family who lost their daughter 8 years ago. She was 17. The cause of death, brain cancer. To this day, her parents struggle to speak about it.
The spirit of the girl kept pointing to her head, as if giving us a clue. Svetlana's daughter died from a severe head injury, and the other girl, she had brain cancer. All the trauma seems to center around the head. Oh my God. Serhiy, do you feel that? The head is separated from the body.
Where are you going, Jenna? Jana, wait.
That's when things got terrifying. A headless female phantom appeared and took me by the hand, pulling me with her.
Their sensations led the clairvoyants to a nearby body of water.
This place feels familiar. I saw it when I first looked at Marina's photo. This is where I saw the girl's head. It was like someone attacked her from behind, grabbed her by the neck. So much blood. It felt like her head was cut off. It was horrific. As if they beheaded her and threw her body away like garbage.
We checked the clairvoyant's words, and she was absolutely right. 13 years ago, in this very village, a 17-year-old girl was brutally murdered. The killer was a fellow student. He beheaded her and threw her head into this same pond.
A student killed another student. Cut her head off.
To this day, locals still recall the gruesome murder with horror. As it turned out, the killer kept animal skeletons in his home.
His room was full of bones and skeletons, all kinds of animals.
Locals here say he wasn't mentally stable and wanted to turn her head into an ashtray.
He needed a skull from a young person. Turns out he had been hunting for a long time.
It's enough to drive anyone mad. After the girl's death, it came to light that this monster had been following her every day. And one terrifying day, he carried out his twisted plan.
Most likely, he threw the head into the pond to speed up decomposition. Bodies break down faster in water, but he didn't get away with it. He was caught.
Your daughter suffered a fatal head injury. The other girl died of a brain tumor, cancer.
Yes.
It's always the head.
The head again.
The girl across the street was beheaded.
Why are there 3 girls on the same street?
This wasn't random. It feels like a curse.
A group, maybe 2 or 3 people, aged between 17 and 25.
Do you see a vehicle? The boys died in a traffic accident. They both suffered head trauma.
That must have been around 30 years ago.
They were just kids. One had just come back from the army. The other was maybe 18. They were simply walking along the road. Cars passed through. No accidents happened.
I don't know how it happened, but both were killed instantly.
One of them had his head torn off.
A terrifying story. But how does this gruesome incident with these 2 boys connect to the death of Svetlana's daughter?
Before coming here, I had a vision. 2 young men playing hockey with something that looked like a human head. These were the same young men who later died in a traffic accident. That head they were playing with, most likely they found it somewhere, and that act led to their death.
Locals confirmed this eerie tale. It happened years ago. The same boys who later died in the accident had once played with a human skull they found as children.
They mocked it, scared girls with it.
And they paid the price.
But how does any of this connect to the tragic death of Marina Bendebaria?
Then suddenly it felt like something pushed me in the back, and I saw the spirit of a man. The same man whose skull those local boys had played with. It's his spirit that's been killing and is behind the deaths of the young girls from this street. He's the one who took Marina.
We had to return to that street immediately. It became clear that young girls around 17 who live there are in danger. For some reason, this spirit still hasn't found peace, and he's searching for a new victim. It's a male energy.
He's restless.
Then I had another vision, one I'd seen before, when I first worked with Marina's photo. A man running from a pack of dogs. They catch up with him and tear him apart. Then I realized I was seeing the death of a man who was brutally murdered. The dogs in my vision were actually people. They killed him in a torturous way, cut off his head, and buried it in the local grove. Later, real dogs dug it up, and that's how the skull surfaced.
Local residents hadn't heard of anything like that. But that's not surprising. If the killers covered their tracks well, he could still be listed as missing. And if dogs did find the skull, it would make perfect sense.
But how is this man's death connected to the fact that young girls have died from head injuries or brain illnesses?
A girl around 17 was the reason he died.
He was a man who tried to make money through illegal means. He stole a large shipment of goods. People recommended by his 17-year-old girlfriend helped him with the theft. But when it came time to split the loot, he didn't want to share. He was caught and killed. This happened about 60 years ago.
The spirit of that man became tied to this street through the skull the boys had played with. The same boys who later died. But this spirit still hasn't found peace and is searching for a new victim. He will definitely seek revenge. He'll attach himself to situations similar to those that surrounded his death. The people involved, their age, their gender.
So this is all connected to our street?
Yeah.
This spirit needs to be laid to rest, otherwise the deaths will continue. The parents of the deceased girls should gather together, go to church or a temple, and request prayers not only for their daughters, but also for this man's soul.
I'm glad they came and helped sort through all this. I feel more at peace now.